They're changing my voice. This video is extremely important. I have information on this case and a lot of other cases as well. There are certain networks at play here, and I have the facts. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I talk about facts. It's a fact that Georgia's abbreviations is GA for gay. And you see the word Stewart, right? Fort Stewart. Okay, you get the word stew and art, and also wheats, W-E-T-S, is similar to W-H-E-A-T-S, phonetic sounds, right? The Canaanite Phoenicians, right? Where homosexuality is said to be from by some people, right? The Canaanites, the Phoenician system, the phoenix bird in Egypt. Anyway, I mean, not Egypt, in Greece, but there's connections to the various ideas in Egypt, the Ben, what have you. So, what was that shooting about, right? Right now it's still active, so I guess it's what is the shooting about? Well, there's mind control at play, and they're sending messages, right? Atlanta is the home of the Falcons. You also have Savannah, which is associated with Africa, right? The African Savannah, okay, as well as the Sahel region and the Sahara desert. They're also connected to this, right? Set as a deity of the desert. So in a nutshell, the shooting is about evil, right? It's about setting the stage, set up the settlers, right? Set, the word white is the plain word for why set, because of the rape of Europa, Zeus being Set's Greek equivalent, who's the central deity in Greek mythology. Okay, and for example, Christmas is said to be made after Saturnalia, and Saturn/Kronos was Zeus's father in Greek mythology. So they say like father, like son, Saturn overthrew his father, and Zeus overthrew Saturn. And Saturn is a play on words for Satan. And so that's what that shooting is about. When you connect the dots here, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, we see that certain groups are forcing their cultures and their ways on other people, not just in the Republican Party, right? Cancel cultures, both parties. And in a nutshell, because there's so many sub-factions of these groups, I tend to describe them as whites, Jews, and LGBT supremacists and token minorities, because there's many fraternities involved, many military groups, police groups, corporations, social clubs, so many. I'm sure by now people see that that's the case. But notice that even though people know that there's a lot of groups colluding, they're playing stupid about it, and they're breaking down into compartments, like the military itself is in compartments. There's the arm E for evil, effeminate, sissy, pansy, emasculate, right? And there's the Navy, right? There's the Marines, right? Mary and Marines, and maritime admiralty law, right? The law of the high seas, a sea of people, water being very important in the Bible. Okay, the water in Revelation, the flood, turning water into wine, and on and on and on and on. The water that the prostitute sits by in Revelation 17. Water in what ear? And of course, the body is said to be like 60% water or whatever. So there's a lot of information here. I don't want to make this video too long because I have to upload it. There's some more information coming out. As it comes out, it connects to more things. So I'm going to make a part 2 probably tomorrow. But stay tuned to this channel. Comment. I'll put stuff in the descriptions. Share this video. Like and subscribe. You might say, well, how do I know these things, right? Well, I'm the top martial artist ever possible due to tech, breeding, cheating, and generational ill-gotten gains ruling out people in the future, right? Martial is marital scrambled, and I, Christ, the top martial artist ever, am the Son of God. And for those of you who don't believe that because you're not that sharp, okay, even the word sharp, right, is the play on words for harp, right? And angels play harps, and angels work angles in the martial art order, and angels are depicted with swords and spears, right? To spirit, the Spirit of God. And so, the sword of Scripture. And so the essence of something and the spirit in which those weapons were wielded, and who has more sense and who's more in touch with God to be the top martial artist ever possible. But for those of you who don't understand that, think of it this way. If the top martial artist isn't the Son of God, then who is he? Who would he be? Where would he fit in society's order? And why is that covered up in society? Why don't they just say, yeah, he's the top martial artist, and we're going to give him this respect, and we're going to listen to him when it comes to politics and social issues and so on and so forth. Okay? Because they know that I'm right. Because they know that Christ, the heavenly warrior who defeats the beast, is superimposed on the idea of the top martial artist ever possible in reality, being screened out at the end of the possible conveyance of morality among people. Because after people screened out the righteous over time, There's no way to be moral anymore. Isaiah 57, the righteous are taken away to be spared from evil. And it says the people who stay here are referred to as children, the offspring of adulteresses and sorcerers, going back to Revelation 17, okay? And Revelation, the last couple chapters or so, where it says outside the gates are those who practice falsehood and sorcery, right? Magic arts, witchcraft. And the prostitute is said to lead the world astray, by her magic spell, by the wine that she's drunk off, the wine of the fury of God. They're drunk off the blood of the saints, what have you.